How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am back with another Golden Age video. This is going to be a Golden Age Top 20 video. Yes, I said 20. In this video, I am going to be doing the top 20 sidekicks from the Golden Age. But the caveat behind this, if you read the title of the video, is these are going to be top 20 sidekicks that are not from Marvel or DC. I have scoured the Golden Age to find 20 sidekicks that appeared in the Golden Age. There were actually a lot more, so I narrowed it down to 20. Now, sidekicks had an interesting purpose in the Golden Age more than anything else. Sidekicks were either there as, let's see, there could be more action in each panel or sets of panels by having two heroes fighting instead of one, which could up the stakes a little bit because there could be more villains for two heroes. The sidekick could be the plot device where he gets captured, so the hero can look more heroic and stoic by rescuing the sidekick, or the sidekick could be there as a sounding board. Since a lot of heroes were by themselves, they talk to themselves a lot. And this way, they were able to talk to someone so they didn't seem like they were all alone. I mean, you're talking to yourself, you're a crazy person. I wonder if I should go down the left or right passage. Versus, so, sidekick, should we go down the left or right passage? See? Makes more sense to have a sounding board. Now, I rated these heroes on this list by their appearances in the comic books. Now, just because they've had a set number of appearances doesn't mean that they've had that many stories. A lot of comic books that were named after the hero, such as, for instance, you'll hear this name, Catman Comics, he would have had more than one story in his own comic book. Well, the sidekick did. Anyways, some heroes had multiple appearances in the comic books, especially ones with their names on it. So these are just their comic book appearance, not how many stories they've starred in. That would be way more research than I really have the time. Maybe it's something I can do later on. So, we are going to be going with the top 20 sidekicks. Now, one thing I did want to mention is Captain Marvel Jr., and yes, there are going to be some heroes on this list who are now part of DC, but weren't back then. So, being able to list them back then is fine because they weren't part of DC back then. But Captain Marvel Jr. is not on this list because I really don't consider him a sidekick. And yes, he did get his powers from Captain Marvel, but he headlined his own comic book. So even if he was a sidekick, he was as much his own hero as he ever was a sidekick. So I didn't include him on this list. All the people on this list were all sidekicks, and except for a couple of them, they never really had stories of their own. There's a couple of heroes that did, but most of them were just on their own with the hero, and if they did have side stories, they weren't wasn't too much. So, let's go over the first set of the top 20. We're going to be doing 20 to 11. I don't really have a reason to break in too much. We're going to be covering a whole bunch of comic books. Hoyoke, Dell, MLJ, Fawcett. I even think we have one from Novelty Press. So, let's get into this list of the top 20 Golden Age superheroes that were not Marvel or DC. In at number 20, David. David, real name unknown, first appeared in Fantastic Comics number 10 in 1940. He was created by Fox Publication and had 26 appearances. David was created by Will Eisner and Alex Blum. David was the sidekick or partner to Samson. Samson never once asked his name. He just said, "I will call you David." And he adopted David, basically, never asked him his name. He found David alone near a campfire after trying to investigate why a lot of airplanes were crashing down. David, as he is to be known as David, claimed that he was a Boy Scout and knew how to do a number of things. After they stopped the bad guys who were making planes crash, they decided to partner together after that. Coming in at number 19, Vanna. Vanna, which is her name, first appeared in Popular Comics number 46 in 1939 under Dell Publications. She had 26 appearances. She was created by G. Ellenbrook and William Kent. Vanna was the wife and classified as sidekick to Martin the Marvel Man. Apparently they're not humans, even though they have the strong resemblance to them. I think it said Antiquarians or Octocarians, something like that. They're basically an alien race, and they are so advanced that they actually want for nothing. Now, it looks like they were attacked by Martians, which is quite a trick because I don't even think they were in the Milky Way galaxy. Well, apparently, Martin was feeling restless and wanted to find a planet with water on it. So, I guess he wants for something. They traveled to planet Earth just to give it a look, and they have their adventures discovering Earth for the first time. Coming in at number 18, Kitten. Kitten, Katie Kahn, first appeared in Catman Comics number 5 in 1941 under Hoyok Publishing. Kitten would have 27 appearances and was created by Arwin Hansen. Now, as you can guess, Kitten was the partner to Catman. Katie had a con artist uncle who was trying to take advantage of the fact that she was a kid. Soon, Katie would go out to protect Catman, who was kind of in his civilian identity, kind of in his costume, and she came in to help him out and designed a costume that was very similar to his. Coming in at number 17, Freezan. Freezan, real name unknown, first appeared in Blue Bolt Volume 2, number 5 in 1941, and created by Novelty Press and had 27 appearances. Freezan was created by John Daly and was the partner of Sub-Zero, or as he was first known when he first appeared in the comics as Sub-Zero Man. A guy I reviewed, and unfortunately I didn't have access to the comic books at the time, or I would have done a better review of him. Freezan was, well, he looked like an Eskimo that they found frozen in a glacier. When they thawed him out, he is still alive, and Sub-Zero Man remarked that Freezan had it looked like he got powers from being frozen in the glacier that were very much as similar as his power. I can't even begin to understand the logic behind this, but this was the 1940s, so we'll let him go. And Freezan went ahead to become the partner of Sub-Zero. Coming in at number 16, Domino. Domino, Don, which is all we're given for his name, first appeared in The Green Mask, Volume 1, number 1 in 1940 under Fox Publications. He had 27 appearances and was created by Walter Freeham. Domino is the partner to the Green Mask. Apparently, while the Green Mask was investigating some criminals, they saw the Green Mask on the street and attempted to blow him up. And Don got... Well, he wasn't in the crosshairs, but he got damaged from the explosion that was meant to stop the Green Mask. And the Green Mask took him to a lab of the professor that he worked with that was responsible for his powers. So they used the same machine to cure Don, and he got the same powers as the Green Mask, and decided that he wanted to help out the Green Mask in his fight against crime, and created a costume so they could work together. Coming in at number 15, Mysteria's Robot. Mysteria's Robot, that does not have a name, first appeared in Planet Comics number 35 in 1945 under Fiction House. Mysteria's Robot had 28 appearances and was created by Joe Dolan. Now, as you can tell, him being Mysteria's Robot, he served as a partner, kind of a servant to Mysteria. I believe they were Martians on another planet, and she had a robot servant that helped her out, and it was kind of a servant, kind of a sidekick, in much the way that a lot of Golden Age characters were considered servants and sidekicks. But since Mysteria's Robot was obviously stronger than her, it came out to be more of a sidekick and helper than just a servant. Coming in at number 14, Miss Owl. Miss Owl, Bella Wayne, first appeared in Cracker Jack Funnies number 25 in 1940 under Bell Publications. She had 31 appearances and was created by Frank Thomas. Miss Owl was the partner to the Owl. Now, when she first appeared in the comic book, she was not a sidekick. She was the fiancée to the protagonist, the Owl, and she was a reporter at first. Now, she would actually not put on a costume and help out as a sidekick until issue number 32. That's when she would first officially become Miss Owl. And after that, they decided to team up and work together, because Miss Owl knew that the Owl would occasionally need help. Coming in at number 13, Mickey Masters. Mickey Masters, which is his name, first appeared in Catman Comics number 1 in 1941 under Hoyoke Publications. He had 32 appearances and was created by Al Ulmer, U-L-M-E-R. Mickey Masters was the partner to Deacon. At the beginning of the episode, we found out that Mickey Masters was beaten and left on the side of the road because gangsters wanted his help and he refused to help them. So the Deacon rescued the boy, who was just lying in the middle of the street near a church, and brought him in and nursed him back to health by conducting a chemical formula that brought the boy back to health. And then he told him a story about how he's fought criminals in the past. And Mickey Masters says, "Great, I'm going to be your sidekick and we'll work together." So that's how that worked out. Coming in at number 12 is Eaglet. Eaglet first appeared in America's Best Comics number 2 in 1942 under Nador Publication. He had 35 appearances and was created by Richard E. Hughes and Kim Platt. I think it's Platt. Now, Eaglet kind of met the protagonist in a weird way. He saw the protagonist about to get run over by a car and knocked him out of the way, and he mentioned to our protagonist that he was looking for work, and he said, okay, we will work together now. I think he meant in reference to work. He revealed to Bud that he was the eagle and showed showed him how he could fly, basically. Now, in this comic, he would not have a costume, and their next appearance would actually be issue 6 of America's Best Comic, and then he would be in costume and would be to the American Eagle. I think I said that. And they would be the partner for their subsequent appearances after that. Coming in at number 11, the Whiz Kid. The Whiz Kid, Pinky Butler, first appeared in WOW Comics number 4 in 1941 under Fawcett Publication. He was created by Terrence Huron and Jack Kirby. I think I mentioned he had 36 appearances. Now, the Whiz Kid, or as a lot of people know him as Pinky, was the partner to Mr. Scarlet. Apparently, Pinky's mother died, I think, of fright, and Pinky wanted revenge. As he did more investigations, he decided that he wanted to dress up in a costume just like his favorite hero, Mr. Scarlet, and would meet Mr. Scarlet in costume later in that issue, and then they would work together to take down the bad guy. At the end, Pinky revealed to Mr. Scarlet that he knew that he was Mr. Scarlet, and then he said, "Yes, you and my fiance are the only two that know." And they would partner up after that. Well, I hope you liked the first part of this list. I've got a lot more heroes coming up in the next part of this list when we cover number 10 through 1. I think number 1 will actually surprise you. It sure surprised me. So, okay. Just tune in next time and we'll finish up this list of the top 20 Golden Age sidekicks that are not Marvel or DC.